Merry Christmas, even if you are one of them there fake news people who believes that the earth is round. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, a Happy Hanukkah, all of those things, because honestly, it's very important to me that we are respectful of all the holidays, even if you don't understand the truth about the shape of the earth. Because I know that y'all are very, very much not used to knowing the truth about the shape of the earth because you believe in NASA. And because you believe in NASA and you believe NASA, you believe far too many things that the United States government and the CIA and NASA tell you. And I'm sick and tired of it. I need every single one of you to understand that NASA is an evil organization that does horrific things to make sure that people believe that the earth is round, despite all of the evidence on the contrary. Now, speaking of all of that, we're going to go ahead. We're going to hang out here for now. We're going to just talk. Y'all can learn with me. Y'all can learn about the way that the earth is shaped. Y'all can learn about how it's a trapezoid. But I don't know if y'all are ready for that. So maybe what we're going to learn about first is how LeBron was created by the CIA to stir discontent among NBA fans and create discourse. And with all of that, it's very, very understanding that people don't believe that because people want to be like, oh no, Bron's the greatest player of all time. No, he's not. Steph Curry is. Michael Jordan ain't even top 5. And Bron better than Jordan. But Jordan ain't top 5. I'm tired of people believing Jordan's a top 1 basketball player all time. He's in the top 10, but it ain't 9th or 8th or 7th or 6th, and we already know he ain't top 5. And LeBron, well, he's better than Jordan. I might put LeBron at 7, Tim Duncan at 8. I'll go Kevin Durant on the Warriors at 9, Steph Curry at 1, Klay Thompson at the 2, Draymond Green at 4. Man, if Draymond had less anger issues, my man could have been the greatest NBA player of all time, but he just decided he was going to kick people in the nuts because the CIA told him to. Because the CIA didn't want San Francisco to have anything nice. Because the CIA is straight up evil and hates all of us. Hello, Shaquille Samer X5N. Hello, everybody. Hello, Carabinu. How are we? We are hanging out here. We are talking about what the CIA did. We're talking about how LeBron lies to you about being not only being good at basketball, but also how LeBron lies to you about the shape of the earth because the CIA tells LeBron to. The CIA walks up to LeBron's like, yo, go play some basketball and make sure you tell people that the earth is round. And then the CIA on top of that, because they're playing both sides, the CIA goes up to Kyrie Irving and is like, yo, you know how Bron says the earth is round? I want you to tell everybody the earth is flat. Meanwhile, the CIA meanwhile knows. Meanwhile, the CIA knows that the earth is a trapezoid. Is that the Palestinian flag or a different flag? I can't actually tell. But hello. I'm not very good at identifying flags. But I do think I see that's the symbol of Islam. Islam's an interesting religion. Not my religion, but it's very, very interesting. We learned about it in school a little bit during like the Iraq War. And they were very rude about the way they taught it to us. Made me hate a lot of the things that my teachers said. Had to unlearn a lot of things because of what was said and what was taught to us because obviously the social studies teachers were trying to do propaganda to make us basically angry with Muslim people. And unfortunately, for some people, it worked. Thankfully for me, I didn't fall for that CIA propaganda in my grade school social studies class. Because that would have been bad. That would have been wrong and evil of me. You know what else I didn't fall for? Hello again, Shaquille. You know what else I didn't fall for? I didn't fall for the fire department being considered good people. We all know the fire department's straight up evil. The fire department literally starts the fires. And then they're like, oh no, we're good people. We don't start the fires. We put out the fires. Well, explain to me why you're at all the fires then, fire department. There's no way, statistically, that you could be at every single fire unless you knew exactly where the fire was going to be. And unfortunately, I know that you start those fires because you have hero complexes. You want the fire department to get a ton of glory, and it's ridiculous what they do. And on top of that, you know what the fire department's doing right now? The fire department's working with Caillou to stop Santa Claus. Thankfully, I got a hold of the police department and the United States Air Force, and they are working to stop them alongside God. God, the United States Air Force, and the police departments are going to save Christmas, and we're going to be happy because we cannot be having a ruined Christmas. Ruining Christmas is one of the worst things that can ever happen. What else we can't have ruined? We can't have a ruined Ramadan or a ruined Hanukkah or a ruined Kwanzaa. And I know the fire department likes to ruin all of those. Fire department be like, the CBI, do you mean the CIA, real gamer? Because, yeah, the CIA right now, me and them aren't on good terms. Me and the CIA are not on good terms. Because guess what? The CIA lies to you about the shape of the earth. And they are not happy with me telling you about the truth that the earth is, in fact, a trapezoid. And NASA and I aren't on good terms either. But then again, NASA and I weren't on good terms even before I learned that the earth was a trapezoid. Because NASA and I had a little bit of a fight in 2004 about me telling them, hey, you shouldn't launch that shuttle. And then they launched it anyway because they didn't want to hear it from a 10-year-old, and then it exploded. That's right. NASA's evil. NASA is straight up evil. They knew that Challenger and Columbia were going to explode. And then they made them explode. Oh, great. There's a helicopter outside. There's a helicopter outside. That better not be somebody here trying to get me over talking about how the shape of the earth is not what we think it is. Oh, that's better not be what I think it is. Anyway, on top of that, one thing we got to talk about now, one thing we absolutely have to talk about now is Christmas. It's Christmas today. And Christmas is one of the best days of the year. Well, it's Christmas in, 6 hours, 31 minutes. And with that, what we got to talk about is how Christmas is a very, very interesting time of the year, because unfortunately sometimes the CIA wants to ruin Christmas, but this year the CIA is not too upset about Christmas. What they're upset about is the fact that the fire department wants to kill Santa. Yeah, it is Christmas Eve, but that's when Santa Claus does, because you wake up on Christmas morning and you open your gifts from Santa. And I think my dog might be upset that Santa Claus might be getting injured or hunted down by the fire department in Caillou. And I'm not happy about that. I do not like when my dog is upset. Santa is real. And the only time the people don't believe in Santa Claus is when the CIA lies to them and tells them that Santa Claus isn't real. It is ridiculous when people think that Santa Claus isn't real. Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus is the most important person in the history of mankind. Santa Claus is the only person Santa Claus and Donald Trump are the only people keeping this world running. And because of that, we need to make sure that they get that proper reverence. That means that you give Santa Claus milk and cookies tonight. And then on top of that, you get down on your knees and you worship the ground that Donald Trump walks on. Because genuinely, people not doing that is why Donald Trump is not doing the things that we want him to do. He will only start lowering prices and removing tariffs and making the country great again when people start worshiping him. That is the way that Donald Trump works. And the fact that people haven't noticed that, I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand. Get down, worship the ground Trump walks on, call him a God emperor, and then you'll be good. And then this country will be the greatest country of all time. We might even actually start getting good standing in NATO again. Because unfortunately, for a while, we haven't had good standing in NATO. And that's been ridiculous. And I'm tired of not having good standing in NATO. And you know what else we need? What else? The other thing we need? The other thing we need? The other thing we need is to make sure that the fire department doesn't keep using the Obamacare. There's far too much Obamacare that the fire department uses. And it's ridiculous that the fire department uses all of this Obamacare. 10, 20, $30 million a year per fire department for Obamacare. And on top of that, they use 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100 million a year per fire department to put out so-called fires when they're starting all the fires. And then on top of that, the Albany Fire Department just announced that they're planning on annexing Delaware. I don't even know how, because Delaware is below New York City, and Albany would have to go all the way down, and I don't know how Albany plans on annexing Delaware. But I don't want that, because Delaware, first state and all that, I have a feeling this is just the CIA trying to do some sort of civil war or something using the fire department. I got to actually find out more about the CIA. I got to get information about the CIA from everybody, because honestly, some of the stuff the CIA does makes no sense. Like, I understand why they lie about the shape of the earth. They lie about the shape of the earth because lying about the shape of the earth is actually good for the economy. It is very, very good for the economy to tell people that the earth is round, because it allows you to do things like sell globes and... Wow, that is a very offensive name. But yeah, the economy is only good because people believe the earth is round. If we start actually understanding what the shape of the earth is, which is a trapezoid, we will band together and actually make the economy better for the average person. But the stock market and the economy will actually crash. And that's why the CIA doesn't want you to do that. And that's why it's very important that you tune into people like me and not people like Neil deGrasse Tyson or any of the other people who want to tell you that the earth is round or that the earth is flat. I mean, the people who say the earth is flat, they at least kind of have a better idea, because, the CIA obviously championed both ideas, that the earth was flat and the earth was round. But knowing that, it's very, very important for us to understand that the earth, you got 26 minutes, doggy. The dog's begging for dinner, but she's got to wait until 6. So I can't feed her for 26 minutes, which is sad because I want to, but she's on a strict schedule. And so I got to take care of the strict schedule for her to make sure she's good. And I think the CIA also created Obamacare. The CIA was like, well, listen, we can't have Obama be too successful. So what we'll do is we'll create Obamacare, which will be a worse version of this healthcare stuff that we want to do, and then spend years and years and years making people try to repeal it and everything. And that way people will get all like culture wars and everything, and we can overthrow our own government. And it's kind of working. I don't know why they did it, but they did it. I'm rather frustrated with the CIA at times. Far too many things that the CIA has done that are just awful and evil and ridiculous. And I'm tired of it. So, today's plan right now is to just sort of sit here and wait for another few minutes to see what else is up. Later on, I plan on doing some streaming of some F1 maybe some NASCAR, I don't know. It's Christmas, so who knows how many people are going to be here, how much watch time I'm going to be able to get. We're going to see. Obviously, there's plenty of stuff happening. Probably maybe do an Andy Ditch video or a World of T-Shirts video. We'll see. No. World of T-Shirts actually has been kind of calm lately. Andy Ditch, though, had an absolutely massive crash out last night, and I'm waiting to see if he crashes out again tonight. That crash out last night where he accused Adult Protective Services of trying to murder him was genuinely wild. I did not know that that was a thing that people did, but he did that, and it was wild that he did that. And there's a feeling that he's probably going to end up having a situation and a massive, massive crash out sometime in the next 2 to 3 weeks, like happens pretty much every year at this point of the year. It's kind of like a cycle, almost like the Boogie 2988 cycle, although he doesn't fake cancer. Excuse me. Remember, faking cancer is wrong and evil and satanic, and you shouldn't do it. All right, we've been live for 15 minutes. I'll talk to you guys later.